should take that off. What's up? It's after dark. Grab your drink and join in with us. Yes. Special late night show. We're here. Let's just get our guest on. I know he's a very busy man.
Right.
And he's out in these streets. So please welcome to the show, Mike Dixon, Vegas Sports Today. Mike.
What's up? How you doing?
Big Mike.
What's up? I see you out there flashy, dressed up and stuff. You must be out there
where you at?
Some stories.
Yeah, so I am actually here at the casino, one of the casinos in Vegas, because we're live right now. But I'm here to support L. Bernstein, the legendary ESPN and Showtime boxing broadcaster. He has amazing fights in his storied career. And, he invited Sloan and I out to come watch him sing and perform. There was supposed to be a fight happening this week, but they pushed it back. So I believe he does have a performance coming up again next month on that Canelo card. So y'all should come out and watch. Not just, what did Kelsey Plum say? You don't support, you come out and watch.
Right.
Watch.
That's
our motto. We're not just about sports. We're fans too. We want to come support, watch, enjoy, be a fan.
Hey, I love watching y'all show. So if y'all haven't, Vegas Sports Today fan base and family, when I share this, y'all better go watch, like, subscribe, and share, because I always watch and support my ladies here.
We appreciate you, Mike.
Thanks for the plug.
We know you don't have a lot
of.
Yes, we love your stuff. And speaking of stuff, we might as well just get into it real quick, because I know you've been covering the Raiders training camp as well as going to the open practice at Allegiant Stadium last night. Kind of give us what your take is so far on how the Raiders, training camp has been going.
It was a silver and black thing, right? That was the promo video they released just a couple of days ago. Actually, I was here yesterday. It was voiceover by Sidney Scholes, the voice of Raider Nation. Over 40,000 fans were expected to be at that open practice, and I would say it was close to 40,000 fans.
Stop lying. Stop lying, Mike.
Lower bowl. No, lower bowl. I was speaking with local media, and they said during a college football game, it was a smaller college football program, they filled around the same section, and it was close to 40,000. So, the numbers, everything looked equal.
So it met its quota.
I'm sorry?
It met the numbers that they said they were going to have, because people were still having extra tickets and freebies and all that stuff.
And the corners were filled. The corners were filled, but those straightaways, it was very, very sparse. So I know two corners don't equal 40.
Look, I'm not going to let her carry my Raiders like that. You were there. We're only seeing it through. You were there. So I'm going to go off of what you said. You said 40,000 was there. I'm going to go off of your word.
We have introverts, and they opened up the lower bowl, club level, and the third bowl. You had people different spots. I was sitting in the press box just observing, have my binoculars, just watching the game. So it was, again, close to 40,000, but it was a fun atmosphere. You could tell what Antonio Pierce and Chandra Douglas Morgan, what they had in mind for fans who live here in Vegas or visiting in Vegas. Antonio Pierce said that he wants to open up the stadium for a practice for folks who live here who necessarily can't afford those tickets, because, as we all know, in Vegas, this is the number one most expensive ticket across the NFL when it comes to price.
Right, absolutely.
I thought that was very thoughtful of him to have out, kids in the community, local high school football teams, and invite the whole city out. So,
I do like that. I like that for games too, though, because I don't like going to the stadium and feeling like we're the visiting team. I need our locals to be better, that have investments in these seats to go. I think they need to really push that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big talk last season and the season before that, especially during the stretch of the Raiders sitting in that 7-8 mark window. You had Kansas City fans come out, and I'm on record saying there was close to 60-70% of Niners fans or Chiefs fans that were there. And I'm not talking about the Super Bowl. Okay, I'm talking about
right. You talking about the regular season game when we play? Yes, when we host them. Yeah. Oh, there he goes. Yeah. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, did I freeze?
Yeah,
Did I
bit,
freeze?
but you're okay.
So we have right, just so everybody knows, we have an over/under on if Mike's phone will die out of battery during this 15 minutes we got with him. Because if you know Mike, the battery be running low, right?
Hey, I'm trying to get y'all the
grind. He
information.
be grinding.
What we doing here at Vegas Sports Today? You want the information today or you want it tomorrow? So
yes, we want it today. You also had posted a recent video of one of the players discussing his Madden rating. Can you kind of break that down for us with the Raiders?
Yeah, so Jack Jones, he had a very good. He's entering his third season. Let's start there. In 22 games, he received. He had 4 defensive touchdowns, and 3 out of the 4 were pick sixes. Right. So Jack was on record on social media, saying that he was unhappy with his 74 overall rating. He felt like he deserved something higher, considering his defensive prowess skills. Whether he's shut down corner, he's a playmaker. And he had the most notable interception Christmas Day. Do y'all recall? Against Patrick Mahomes. And then the fact that EA ended up using his one-handed pick six and turn around, what he referred to as the animation against the Chargers. It's like, how are you going to give me a 74 overall rating, but you gave me such a mid-level 70 grade, which is understandable because that was a featured clip, promo clip on social media, clip for TV. So, that's a fair point. But
what does he think he deserves?
I think he deserves an 82.
Okay. Did he mention what he thinks he should get?
He didn't say that, though. Did he say that after you finished?
Well, I'm going to have a follow-up with that.
Okay. Because he was really tight about the whole situation.
Oh, that's right.
I reached out to EA. I reached out to Madden. I sent them an email. So, you guys stay tuned. Check out the article on VegasSportsToday.com or follow on social media, and you will get that update. And it might be right here on Girl Chat Sports because one of these lovely ladies involved in AMC West, we know Mo, she definitely supports the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yes, she does. She does.
Well, I'm a Raider fan. I'm a Raiderhead.
Do you have an?
Let me ask you real quick, Mike. Let me ask you, after the rating and everything, anything else in the post-game interview that gave us context of who's looking good out there? Because I sadly didn't get a chance to go. What are we looking at as far as our rookie hopefuls? What's our current situation? I know Gardner Minshew played in a preseason game when we played and lost to Minnesota. But what are they saying is going to be expected for us to look forward to for our first preseason game at home against these Cowboys? Did they say anything on that?
So I did not attend tonight's press conference, but I can tell you this. This has been said several times from Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce. He has stated that Aiden O'Connell is the front runner. This was back in, I would say, a couple months ago with the OTAs. So they like him. He has the upside. It's understandable. He's cheaper. He's on a rookie contract, 4th-round draft pick. So you have that option. You know what you're getting with Gardner Minshew. He jumped around, bounced around a couple teams. Gardner's career record, 22 and 27, so he's just slightly under 500. But, there's some things that don't show up in stats. How close was that game? Just because if you recall last year, if you look back at the Indianapolis Colts game, he was leading the Colts to their fringe playoff team. And they just kind of collapsed defensively. Right. So, you really can't put everything on Gardner Minshew when it comes to that, especially.
No, that totally was a defensive thing for us to lose like that. We were ahead 21 points before the first half, and we never scored again, and we just defensively just fell apart.
Yeah. And listen here, that the starters, the ones against Minnesota, they were up 13 points, 20-7. So let's look at that. That defense, you better buy into that defense. That defensive line, you know what you got with Max Crosby. Voted top 10. You have Christian Wilkins, came over for the Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
Signed a big contract.
Yep.
If you look at Malcolm Coots, who plays on the opposite side of Max Crosby, then you look at that front seven and Robert Spillane. They will get after you. Great coverage. They'll attack your quarterback. And if you look at Week 1 against the Los Angeles Chargers, Justin Herbert, he right now he has bad foot. And Jim Harbaugh is one of the Harbaugh brothers. That's his debut with the Chargers, right?
Right.
So Antonio, he has a little tricky situation on his hands if you think about it. Can I walk you down this path real quick?
Go for it. I need to know.
So, walk with us.
So here's the deal. You open up on the road against the Chargers. The big saying amongst division rivals, it's another home game for the Raiders because it's in LA. That's true. They have so much support there.
Right.
But Jim, with Harbaugh, that's his debut as a Charger. So he wants to win that. He wants to set the tone in Los Angeles. But let's say he loses that game. Now he'll communicate with his brother in Baltimore, where the Raiders have to go on the road again versus another Harbaugh. So just use the reality, right? Melissa.
It's a predicament. It's a predicament.
It is a predicament.
You would trade information with a family member like, hey, watch out. He likes to do this on 4th down. He likes to go for this. So now he has a game plan for 2 different coaches within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then you come back to Vegas. So, there's a lot of things going on. But I'm
not gonna front. That schedule is very tough. Like we never get an easy schedule as Raiders. We are the outlaws of the league. They never do us right with our bye-week scheduling and our regular season. It's just crazy. So we've got to see how this is gonna look on the level. And this is the full season with Antonio Pierce's coaching debut. So he's kind of on the line a certain way too. So I don't know.
Well,
it sounds like you in a club now.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, hey, I'm telling you, Al Bernstein show is lit. Y'all have to come down here. Check it out. Especially Big Fight Week in September.
I hear you. I mean, we're not top tier like you, so
Yeah, we
don't
get all
y'all invited.
like
Come on down.
Yet.
I'll text you.
Hey, but before we let you go, talk to us about the Aces. I know you also posted a clip in regards to Becky Hammon talking about her time in Paris, seeing the girls play out there. What did you get from Becky in that little clip that you posted? And then, of course, what are you expecting for the second half of the season for the Aces?
Well, they obviously, as we all know, they're facing the number 1 team in the WNBA, New York Liberty, 21-7
on Saturday.
The Aces, they're ranked 3rd in the Western Conference, so it was all business, quote unquote, for Becky Hammon. She was out there just monitoring the team, staying in communication, making sure they're well. That at the end of the line, at the end of the day, there's a 2-time defending champions. So as it stands, the championship runs through Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
they still gotta come
until
see us.
they're dethroned,
Yeah.
Becky, the Aces, they're in sync, they're in rhythm. The 3 players just won a gold medal. I'm sorry, 4. If you had
4.
Yeah.
4 with Megan. So this team's hot. They're back on track, and they're a second half team. At home last season, they were 19-1. Correct me if I'm wrong with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that Paris flight was tough. I think the ladies just got back to practice today. I think most of them got in like on Monday or so. I had watched some of I'll get to it later on the show, Mo, we can discuss. I watched some of the interviews from after practice today from some of the ladies that were there in Paris. So it was interesting. But Mike, any last?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Becky Hammon gave Asia Wilson a rest day. So that's something to look out for. I didn't see Jackie Young on the court, but I did see Kelsey Plum. She ended up, and apparently Kate Martin, she had on a green vest. So, there's something to watch out for because that's apparently like a slight injury because she had on the green.
Maybe she's still healing from her injury before the season ended.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You were getting ready to say something before I cut you off. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, I know you on a time scrunch. I don't want to keep you too much. I didn't want to go through some of our comments because I didn't want to post them all through you. But, Stephanie's in the house.
No,
Shout out
drop
to
the
Stephanie
comments. I love the comments.
Well, you gonna love the last one.
Ho is in the comments. He took the over on you having minutes. So just so you know that. He said it's
That's
up on DraftKings if anyone wants to bite on it.
Yeah.
Our guy Chris Wynn is in the comments. Big Mike,
Wynn.
You know how it is. Yes,
I love Wynn too.
I know. We're waiting for Wynn to get on the show.
And he possibly will win that job, Chris. He might win that job. He's kind of gotten his feet wet with last season. He may, especially if they're saying.
Quan wants to know if you deleted him from social media.
We're
all about to delete Quan. Listen, Quan is in the comments, but he didn't respond to my text.
Hey, I don't know if it's I don't know if we have 5 pages or 9 pages, Quan. I can't keep up. Come on.
I mean, there are a lot. Who are we talking to here? Quan59? You never know. I know I texted Quan and never heard anything back, so I guess.
So Quan's the ghoster.
Quan's a ghoster. Sounds like it.
Except on YouTube. He popped up.
I love that. But no, seriously, thank y'all so much.
Ho said that Gardner's going to win because the stash always wins. I'm a big Minshew mustache fan, so.
And no shade November's coming, so maybe
in the month of
November,
I'm sorry,
good.
Stephanie. Shout out Stephanie. She's so amazing in person, in real life, on social media. Whatever you do, better support Stephanie Washington because she's the plug, y'all. You think I'm the plug? She's the plug, y'all.
Stephanie's good. He said, congrats to you and your team for getting your videos picked up by ESPN.
That was huge, yes.
Biggest Sports Today is out there.
Yes.
Make sure
we're just trying to tell stories every day that the people would like to see. And obviously, if you go look at that, they care. We try to provide things pregame and postgame that you can't find on TV. So, hey, shout out.
And you be out there hustling.
Yes, I'm here with Sloan. She's a new reporter, new writer, so I can't wait to introduce y'all to her.
Welcome, Sloan. Yes. We got to have her on.
Also, Lucas Gordon, another new member to the team. Excellent writers.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes, and most importantly, thank y'all. Come see L. Bernstein live. Y'all coming out with me.
Well, next time you text us and let us know where he'd be since you want to disclose.
We gotta get L. Bernstein on y'all show, by the way.
That'd be cool. I'm with that.
Yes.
All right, Mike. Thank you so much.
Make it happen.
For everything. You're
so hey, whoever took the over, Mel's gonna cash app you 20.
That was I love it.
Chris said that the Aviators smacking the Dodgers around up here.
I saw that.
Ooh, thank you for that update and report.
I saw that.
Yes, we are definitely going to get into
the charity work every once in a while. This is mild. This is like
yes.
We got to do charity work. We can't have always wins. You know what I mean? We got to do charity
exactly.
Work. Yes. Give back to the community. That's what it is.
Win City, baby. This is what we're doing. So
right, exactly.
See, I think there's some insider trading here. I think because Ho must know that you have a charging bank somewhere because he said it's over. And, he must know you've upgraded and started carrying a charger around. So anyways, Mike, we know you're there. We know you got stuff to do. VegasSportsToday.com. Where on the socials can they find you guys? I'm sure they already do, but
But just in case, subscribe to the new YouTube channel. It's as it stands, Vegas Sports Today. On Twitter, Mike Dixon _VST. Instagram, Mike Dixon Sports. Most importantly, if you're not, you better subscribe to Girl Chat Sports on YouTube. We're going to do some simulcasts with the Aces and the Raiders throughout the season. Again, thank you for your time. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Mike. Have a great night.
Be well, Mike. Thank you again.
Bye, ladies.
Mike Dixon.
Oh, you gotta love Mike Dixon. Shout out Mike Dixon at Vegas Sports Today. So always a good time. Glad to finally get. He's a busy man. He'd be out there doing so much.
I'm the one that reached out to him. Give me my props. I'm the one that's like, Mike, can you? And
thank
honestly,
you.
And not for nothing, I was having him replace me because I felt like I needed another week off, and I'm tired.
Look at Mose needs 2 weeks.
I reached out to Mike. I said, Mike, can you do this on a Wednesday? And he's like, oh, Raiders practice. I was like, oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be going to that too. So then when he said Thursday, I was like, okay, Thursday's cool. But I'm here. Every time I try to reach out for a guest, I'm having special guests come in for me.
I mean, just tell me you don't want to be on the show, Bo.
No, it's not that. It's just that you get these great vacations, and it's like, yeah, I have time off, but I'm still working. Like I'm just ready to. I guess got stuff I got to do that's going on, and the season is big, and it's unfortunate because a lot of stuff I'm missing lately. I'm not able to catch a lot of the sports things that you're catching.
I know.
I'm just caught up in a different realm right now. My Marvel universe is not your Marvel universe. So therefore, if I can bring another me into the universe that can help, like Cassandra or a Mike or anyone that's willing to come on and chat with Mel.
You be up in there doing it. You be up there doing it.
I do.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
Yeah. Well, Chris will come on next time, or he'll come on and be
Chris,
our guest.
I would love you next week, Chris. Definitely feeling it, Chris. There's so much I want to go on. Like I need to go on Shapiro's show too. Like I need a Shapiro show.
Woo, that's walking in a red zone sometimes. There,
I need to top on that one too. Like,
you got to come with your boxing gloves to Shapiro's show.
Yeah, I'm ready. I so need to come on that one.
We hadn't talked much about the Olympics, but 30.6 million viewers. What they say is like an 82% increase from the Tokyo Games. Like insane. The women's gold medal game drew in 7.8 million viewers on NBC and Peacock. It had a peak at almost 11 million viewers, which is wild. They threw down. The ladies' gold medal game was intense, down to the last second, literally, and they pulled it off. And of course, we know the ladies are coming home with gold. But here's another one that I think we talked about yesterday, that there was 50% like more even women's athletes. Well, the women won 65% of the gold medals for Team USA. So if that ain't girl power, I don't know what is, right?
Well, absolutely, 1000%. Because the simple fact is, who runs the world? Isn't that what Beyonce's saying?
I mean, hello.
And this is the world sport of the Olympics. So,
yeah,
that was no surprise.
We also saw DT taking home number 6. This will be the finale for her in the Olympics, but 6 gold medals is pretty intense. 8 straight for the women. You got to talk about the guys too. Steph Curry went off the last game for the gold medal round. I think he had 8 threes.
2 games. Let's be real. Serbia against Joker's team and this Paris team. Both was a saving for both teams. If it wasn't for Steph Curry, I don't know.
Unreal. And people wanted him to be MVP, and I think they had valid,
Absolutely.
I mean, LeBron,
he advanced us.
Yeah.
What are we talking about right now?
It's wild. Host said he wanted to know what the number for breakdancing was. Listen, as bad as it started with the women, which ended up being like a complete viral sensation, the men did.
I really tried to reach out to Ray Gunn too, by the way. I did write to her on our thing. I wanted her to come on.
Listen, she worked magic. I was impressed. I was just like, wait a minute, huh?
She gave looks. I mean, she gave looks to something that I thought had died in the 80s, 90s. I wasn't really paying attention to breakdancing like that. Sure,
it was hard to place. It was hard to place it. I mean, there's been so many. The amount of memes that have gone on, but these were a couple of my favorites. If you say you see a spider on you, and it's like, it was just, the poses. It was like she mentioned, I learned breakdancing in 49 minutes, supposedly, or 39 minutes. And
give it to her. She's 36 years old doing this stuff. It's not like she's in her 20s. She's an older lady.
Yeah, like, I mean,
just attempting something. Make a mockery of it. I mean, again, it's like people are like, well, she's disrespectful. She didn't disrespect me because we let it go a long time ago. Yeah, you guys want to get into this thing and feel like it's something. Like, she gave inspiration. I'm seeing people all over TikToks my age thinking like, hey, she can do it. Let me brush up on my skills and get out there. I mean, my goodness.
And she made a name for herself. She literally is a trending sensation and will probably always remember this Olympics.
I can't even tell you who won, but I know who this girl is.
Right. I know there was a girl, I think it was the girl from Tokyo or from Japan that won, but still, she didn't do anything.
And even the guys, I don't even know who won the guys. She has overshadowed all of that.
Yeah,
that's who we're talking about.
She overshadowed a lot of things.
She won.
Hands
Without
down.
Medal, she won.
Hands down winner. There's still, unfortunately, some controversy going on still with the Jordan Childs and her bronze medal. I just don't. I mean, I don't know. So it's
she
still
lost her appeal today, right?
I believe they lost it, but I believe there's still something else they can do. But it was a matter of seconds on them being able to try and challenge the ruling within a minute. And the Olympics said it was like 4 seconds late, but then the USA says they have proof that it was under a minute, and it's just wild. But shout out to Flavor Flav. Huh?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, usually you get your mail stripped away if it's a banned substance or you cheated or it.
No,
this is something new to me. I'm just trying to figure out.
It's something completely different. But shout out to Flavor Flav. He stepped up, made her a bronze clock, which is dope. But of course, isn't the same. But still, he's looking out for those ladies.
It's a nice gesture.
Yeah. Very nice. And between Snoop and Flav taking over the Olympics, I think that was just great too to see all of those. We saw all the running.
Flav won the Olympics as the best celebrity influencer in this whole thing. Snoop was cool, but Flav did a lot. Not only did he sponsor this women's polo team, but there were actual Olympian athletes that can't pay their rent and can't do things and were struggling. And he's like, I got you. What's your cash app? He was really like in the moment trying to be supportive, showing the support and love to the ladies.
Right.
I mean, I think that was the grand scheme of things. He was really focused on the women's sports and activities. And granted,
which I love.
Brought views for sure, but I feel like
Snoop was also getting paid like $500,000 they said a day, which is insane.
Like you gotta show your face. It's insane. But Flav was definitely the MVP of this Olympics. Looking out for the little people and people, just women in general of that embrace and support of that water polo team and just making everybody have their eyes on that. That just was some real king stuff right there. So shout out to him. Yeah. Vegas local, by the way, one of our locals.
Hey, there you go.
Who else better to do it?
We saw great race, the women's 4x400. We saw Sydney McLaughlin-Laron go crazy. We saw Gabby Thomas go crazy. The men's 4x400 was great. The 100, the 4x100, the men still can't get together. Had that baton failure.
Carl Lewis was so pissed. He was so upset. I saw that video. That relay was just a mess.
A mess.
When you walk away doing this to people in the stands, like I'm done, like that from Carl Lewis is diabolical.
It's a long time coming that they've been messing it up. So it's unfortunate.
Like what's going on?
But then of course you get the stories like the 16-year-old Quincy Williams who won his first gold medal as part of that 4x400 as he was part of one of the heats for the round. Like goes back, he's in school now, going back to school.
Yeah, how was your summer break? Yeah, how was your summer break? What did you do?
How was your summer break? Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
you got the women's national soccer team winning gold.
Yes.
Like they had lost all those pre-games coming to the Olympics. I think they were like undefeated. I believe they were undefeated and win gold. I mean, come on. Katie Ledecky throwing. There were so many amazing stories.
We were able to surpass China the amount of medal count. We tied them in gold, but we won more medals. So that was all okay.
They said that was the first too.
If it wasn't for that men's relay race, they were the ones that cost it. That was the one.
It could have been that. It could have been it right there.
It could have been it right there.
So
absolutely.
Then they had, closing ceremonies, LA style, Tom Cruise jumping off of one of the structures.
Yeah, that was
getting
cool.
and then ended up being in LA. So it's LA 2028 is going to be wild.
Yeah. It's set up for the next 4 years of it being in LA, which is going to be a crazy madhouse. I can't even imagine how that's going to navigate. And how you're going to go to all these different venues in the city of LA with all its traffic and everything for its worth.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Curious to see how that goes.
There's a Jugador, a team of Jugadores. You said this earlier, and I saw the Notre Dame suspends their men's swim team. Basically, their external review found that numerous violations of the NCAA rules prohibiting gambling. The school announced Thursday. Here's the kicker. The gambling wasn't the typical gambling we've been seeing in the news lately. The gambling was the team members had set up a makeshift internal sports book between themselves, and they could wager on the times of themselves or their teammates at meets. So these guys were betting on themselves in a informal betting. They weren't on FanDuel or any of these other betting apps betting on, professional.
That's ridiculous, but I get it because it's Notre Dame. It's a Catholic private school, university. There are rules and parameters, but you're betting, like you're taking little in-house bets. Like I bet I could do this, or I bet you probably was a quarter or $1 or whatever. Even if you were in a barter with push-ups or sit-ups, anything. This is what you're. Wow. Okay,
This
but
is what you're doing.
I hate it's a lot, but it's Notre Dame. That's all I'm gonna say.
What can you
There's
expect?
rules. It's
But
like
I will
going to
say
BYU
this:
and doing
the
stuff like
women's
that.
the women's swim team did not participate in it because they're smarter than that.
Yeah. I mean, there's a code of conduct and there's rules. So I mean, you're in a violation.
You know, you gotta go. They go to mass every Sunday there, so it's like, what do you expect?
Violation? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like going to BYU and trying to do the same thing. Now that ain't gonna happen.
No. One more Hugadora. We got James Duran. So we're in this space. It's 2024. We've seen announcers for Major League Baseball and other people, commentators, getting suspended or fired due to their LGBTQ anti-gay slurs towards, on air or whatnot. Well, James was up to bat against the Astros. He plays for the Red Sox, and in between his at bat, he turned around to a fan and shouted a slur, basically, "Shut up, you effing whatever."
Yeah.
So
sounds like maggot.
Yeah, sounds like maggot, but not. Mm-hmm. He said that he got suspended for 2 games. Those 2 games are going to cost him $8,100 that gets donated to an LGBTQ organization. So, yeah. I'm sorry. I guess one thing
he unconsciously says it. I mean, you're only going to say that if you're unconsciously saying that all the time.
Right. And you actually took time at your at bat to turn around and say that to a fan.
But that's your Freudian slip. You say that. He says that often. That's what the miss is. He says it enough to where he can casually turn around and say that. So the Freudian slip in his mind, he's saying it. He's probably saying other things too. Who knows? It's Boston.
That's wild.
He says it a lot. So it's gonna cost him this time in 2 games, He should issue apology, but if it's unapologetic, then
he issued apology, but it's too little, too late. I mean,
it's probably unapologetic. It's not genuine. It's probably not even sincere. But again, that lives in his wheelhouse. He probably says it around his friends and everybody else, and rolls out.
I believe it. The Aces got back. Chris is a. Why are players so stupid? You can't get shit like that, and you're so dumb that you don't realize everybody has a phone.
Because they've gotten away with it in the past. Like I said, he says it probably all the time.
Yeah, and like Hoa said, it's Boston.
Exactly, it's not shocking.
We've seen the same thing during Celtics and Patriot games.
I'm sure he says other stuff too. It
happens all the time.
It's their whole thing.
Chris Wynn is tapping in from the Las Vegas Aviators game where Alicia Clark did throw out the first pitch. Nice. She was, surrounded by some of the Aces ladies there, as well as Chelsea's son literally hanging there for the game. It sounds like the Aviators are doing great, so hopefully they can maintain that. Because here's the deal. What I didn't realize is that you got our Lights on the left-hand side who are in 5th place in the Western Conference. So they're in playoff contention. Our Las Vegas Aviators, 2nd place, just behind Tacoma. So both of our teams, the Lights as well as Aviators, could be in some kind of playoff series situation here, should things hold on.
Man, the semi-pro teams trying to get into playoff rounds.
That's right? Good. Look at it. Winning teams out here winning. We got to give it up to the ladies too. 3 of the ladies made the top 25 first half of the season rankings. Asia, of course, number 1, Jackie 6, Kelsey 11. Speaking of Kelsey had quite a celebration after winning gold. Of course, she had one of her KP cigars there, and she said, "Smile, y'all. I've been through too much this year not to smile." And this girl was smiling while shooting free throws in the last couple of minutes of the gold medal game. So she's happy.
A very stressful gold medal game too. At that,
very.
And, she still was.
If somebody don't pick up Gabby Williams, I hope Gabby wants to come back, because both her and Meesman are free agents. They can return for the second half of the WNBA season. Listen, there could be some things happening. Definitely. The Aces were back. They had a conference after their practice today, Asia talked about, just hanging next to Snoop, as well as just taking in the moment, her and Breanna Stewart just having the vibe, and really enjoying it. But then also having to go from winning gold with Breanna to facing her on Saturday. So it's a change of a situation for her. Megan talked about it with the Spain team, being away from Pancake, how Pancake and the rest of the girls that have dogs there had the same babysitter, so that she was in good hands. But it's like the third longest time she's ever left Pancake alone. So that was really sweet. Tiffany was just in awe of the whole situation. She loved it. She seemed to really just be happy to be there. I know Chelsea was excited to be there with her family, to share the moment with her wife as well as her son, something that she wasn't able or didn't have in 2020 back in Tokyo. And then, of course, Jackie was enjoying. She said she was glad that she was able to watch. I think it was track, if not gymnastics, she got to take part in and watch. And so all the ladies seemed to be really happy to be back. And then it's a go time now,
Yeah, what's up with Asia and Bam Adebayo being out together? Did she answer any of that?
They still not official. They're not social media official yet. But yeah, I'm sure they had a couple nice date nights in Petty.
Yeah. She and Bam.
I see Chris in the comments talking about Mariners. We swept the Mets, first of all. And yes, we have not done great, but we are going to talk about it a little bit later. The double play, that was a phenomenal double play by the Mariners. So it was, yeah. And Hoa, I know who the Tacoma Rainiers are. You don't think I'm from Seattle? Thank you very much.
Yeah, right.
I have an old school Tacoma Rainiers like wool jersey that my dad had from back in the day. So Tacoma Rainiers, Rainier beer comes out from here. Anyway, the Aces also had a night at Atomic Golf on Tuesday for the season ticket members to show support. Great time. Me and Natalie went out there. It was fun to see. We stayed inside the bar because it was air conditioning. So until the sun went down. I don't know who built Atomic Golf, but they have the entire golfway facing the sun and the sunset. So my thing is, why didn't you just flip it around? Because I don't think as many people are going there at 10 a.m. versus going to be there at 5 or 6 p.m. The place was hot. It was smoking hot. But they do have this like golf, like cannon or whatever shooter that you can shoot out into the thing, which was cool. Something you don't see at Top Golf. They also had, but I think they had a little bit better games, but there was no pool, unfortunately, like at Top Golf. We didn't get to see the Aces that were there, but of course, me and Natalie caught up with the announcers that were there and got a couple of our swings in. Alicia was there, KB, Kia, and Sydney were all there. We missed them. I don't know where they were at, but 4 stories at Atomic Golf, 4 stories of fun.
Yeah, I haven't been there yet. So if you had your rathers, you would prefer Top Golf over Atomic?
Oh yeah, well, because they have a pool, especially in the summertime. In the summertime, for sure, Top Golf, because you're not facing that sun. You are literally directly facing the sun from like whenever it hits the roof. So like 1, 2 o'clock, you're facing the sun until it sets.
So what about as far as they had like a nightclub something situation there?
There was a bar enclosed, so it was like air conditioning. Then you had to be 21 and over to go inside there. It wasn't really like a club, but it had a bunch of lounge seating. You could order food there as well.
They've done rap concerts and stuff there.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know about inside the bar, but yeah, inside the facility, it's huge. It's 4 stories. It's bigger than Top Golf for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was enjoyable.
So did a lot of season ticket holders show up? Was it a little good crowd?
A ton. There was when we pulled up, there was a whole line to wrapping around. One of the things you had to park at the start. What is it? The Stratosphere. You had to park at the Stratosphere and walk around to Atomic Golf. There was a lot of people there. A lot. The only thing was you had to like buy tickets to buy your drinks. So everybody's like in line trying to get tickets, then use the tickets at the bar. Mind you, Atomic Golf is the place that had just like I think they had just like laid off like a third of their staff not too long ago. Right. So all the people that were working there, I felt like they might have been like maybe temp workers or something, because I don't know how they filled that place up with workers, but it seemed to work out. It was fun. Okay. High rollers were there, buckets was there, of course.
Oh, nice. So. Okay.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
I think I have a picture, or let me see.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. You have video a little bit, huh?
Yeah. I had a lot, but on that left-hand side, you can see kind of that.
Kind of how it was. Yeah.
That 4 stories of.
Yeah. That looks pretty good though.
Fun. It was good. It was a good time. We also want to talk about the Henderson Little League team that are headed to the World Series. Shout out to these kids from Paseo Verde Little League team. So this is just the 3rd Nevada team to make it into the Little League World Series. And they're also coached. Their coach is a Raiders assistant equipment manager.
Well, we love that.
So, yeah, that is pretty dope.
That's some of that great juju if they win that World Series onto our
right.
Put that on there.
Chris mentioned on my golf, I need to help with my swing, and apparently I slice it, but I can make contact if that helps.
Do you have the ball on the tee?
There's no, that's the other thing. So Top Golf has like a little tee that you have it on. Atomic doesn't have that at all, which I think made it harder for me. Because you're literally having to like, come off the grass without a tee. So it was really weird.
Okay.
I don't know if the tees were removed, maybe because kids were there. I don't know what the case may be, but there was no tees. It was like a little circle in the grass. And I was like, this is odd. And so, yeah, it kind of
that should have been easier though, because the ball's right there.
Right. Well,
I mean, I've hit the ball on a drive.
Well, because I feel like you know your swing better off it, because your tee is giving you a little extra like height. So adjusting how you swing.
If you could hit it off the tee, you should be able to hit it off the ground.
Well, I hit it. I'm just saying I was slicing it, so it was going right a lot.
Yeah.
So it happens. And no, I'm not a pro. I'm not going to be on the range. I've upgraded from mini golf to Top Golf, Atomic Golf. That's where I'm at until I can get the swing down. So.
And then you can go to Tiger Woods golf thing over there in town. I still want to check that out.
Yeah. And I know it's not what I've used a driver and numerous irons. So it wasn't like I just stuck with the driver. I had just used a driver many of my times to Top Golf before. I just stuck to a driver, but I went out of my, comfort zone. Did the irons, and still not all the time, just, a quarter of the time. But
are the bays bigger than Top Golf? Are they good sized bays, or?
I feel like they may be a little smaller, but they have 4 stories.
Right.
They also have an outdoor little back area that I can get to. I think there's cornhole, and I feel like there was a couple other grassy area games to play in, but it's no pool. So
no free pool. Yeah, no pool at all.
Yeah, no free pool that you don't. Yeah, that part. So anyway, we also want to talk about the Golden Knights. So the Golden Knights, their first few they've got VGK player pins. They have the tickets. Yeah, the VGK player pins that are coming out. I got to get a Hannafin one. So September 25th, you got Hannafin. The 27th, I think it's Hill. October 3rd, Wild Bill. And then October 5th, I believe, is what do you call him? The guy in the Knight. He's the Knight. But yeah, so their tickets, single game tickets go on. I forgot the guy's name. It's the Knight. I know Chris will probably tell me.
Somebody knows in the chat. I don't know.
I think there is a Knight. There's a name for him, but he's the Knight.
It looks like they should make a chance one. I would take a chance pin.
Yeah, I want the Hannafin one. But so single game tickets go on sale the 20th. So that'll be good to see. And
and they also have half a season ticket holder deposits if you want to pay for like half the season or something like that. Where you get half.
I think if you want more than 11 games, there's an option.
Like if you want to share instead of doing a full season, it's like a half season situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting in, I know, a little NFL football. It's preseason. I'm not sure what it is about this year. Maybe it's because of the Olympics. Maybe it's because I've been out of town. I haven't watched the only preseason game I've watched is the one I was at. That's it. And I watch more than
that was your team. Like, why would you? I mean, I
know.
know.
Well, no, but I'm saying I haven't watched any. I didn't watch any other days. I didn't turn it on any other time. Even today, I didn't watch the game today. I was just.
There was a game today.
Yeah, there was a game today.
I didn't know there was a game today.
Yeah, I thought there was a game today.
I really need you to fill in for me because I didn't even know there was a game today. The only one I knew of either too was.
I feel like there was a game today. I feel like people were talking. There was a game. Now I gotta check because I feel like
I don't know. There were WNBA games today. I didn't know there was an NFL game today.
No, there was a game. Eagles and Patriots were today. Yeah, because I kept seeing Drake May info.
I had no idea.
But I knew, but I didn't. I mean, I wasn't interested to.
I had no idea. It's preseason. I'm just not that. I guess I'm just not.
Yeah. So I was in Cali, went to SoFi.
Yes, tell me about that.
Top stadium. Listen, this thing is so beautiful.
I know, it's on the level. It looks very nice. I want to see it so badly.
We end up finding $50 tickets in the suite. The suite when we got there was damn near empty. It filled up towards the end because I think whoever has the suite owns it. Just sold the tickets randomly. It was preseason. Like I looked at that same suite. It's always for sale for future games, but they're like $19,000 for the entire suite. We got tickets for $50 each. And here's just a quick little video that my girl took of us when we were entering in there. Where is that thing? Let me see.
Yeah, that's I need to see.
Oh, please enter.
Oh.
I mean, it's just
boy, right on cue with This Is How We Do It too,
man. That's what, and I was behind her, and I was like, "How perfect was the DJ on that?" Yeah, it worked out.
On cue for that. Yeah,
it was good. Seahawks won the game too, so I can't complain. And it was really a really good time. It was a good time.
That's a great cheap date night if you want to, or day date. $50 and you get a suite.
I don't think that's a usual
Chargers. It didn't look like nobody was there really, but
it filled up more. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it filled up a little more, not like much more.
It's like
but it filled up a little more. Yeah, and it's the Chargers. It was preseason. That's the reason why I know it tickets $50.
Yeah.
Will we ever see that again? Will I ever be at the suite again? Who knows? But that was definitely. It was definitely.
Yeah. What else did they have as far as concessions? Walk me through it, because I mean,
a lot of concessions. There was like different bars. We mainly stayed on that the west side of the stadium because that's where our suite was. It was a little hard finding bathrooms and such, but it's like all open air. You feel like you're in a jungle half the time. Like if you leave your seats and you're coming to where concessions are, there's all these real trees and all this foliage. It's almost like you're on an island at some point too. There's natural air that's flowing through the whole thing. So yeah, I didn't get a chance to really check much into the food spec. We had already ate beforehand, so I just kind of snacked, but does
it look like a Chargers home stadium, or how do they do that to share?
It does. I don't know, because even in the big, there was a whole big blue bolt up that we posed next to when we first got there. Right. So they must have. I mean, and I know the very next day the Rams played the Cowboys there, so they literally had a day turnaround time to switch everything out. But it completely looked like it was the Chargers stadium. There was no half and halves, So
and the sound system sounded really good too.
It was good. I mean, I don't know if the announcer was a preseason announcer because he wasn't that great, but I mean, it was preseason. Maybe because someone called in sick, so who knows?
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, but so that was good. We also saw injuries are already going off. JJ McCarthy, the Vikings #1 pick quarterback, he is out for the season. It's just
how's Kirk
poor
Cousins?
meniscus.
What's he saying?
And they got rid of Kirk Cousins.
Right.
So now they have Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is going
the starter
down.
Kirk Cousins probably has to be one of the smartest quarterbacks I've ever seen as far as business-wise. He's got guaranteed money with Atlanta if he plays or doesn't play. He left the Vikings. He's able to. Oh my God! They bank on this JJ McCarthy kid who, with a torn meniscus, I wasn't expecting him to be out the whole season because usually can, heal within some time. But Sam Darnold, that's what you got.
That's what you got.
There was also. I wonder what his mind is going through. Like
I don't know.
I can't even bet on the Vikings if I want. I don't even know how to.
It's gonna be a whole different ball game there.
It is.
One of the Bengals rookie running backs, Chris Evans, is out for the season. Bills lost Matt Milano. He's out indefinitely. There's been a few other injuries of people that may miss 1 or 2 weeks or a few weeks. And it's just like, season ain't even started.
But this is what we went through last season.
Yeah. But, now they got the helmets and whatever, the padding to go over the helmet. I forgot what they call those. the protecting. I don't know what those are, but
they got new kickoff rules. They've got all these new things.
New kickoff rules.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's wild. I'm not a big Niners supporter or fan, but this video I got to show. George Kittle is talking with the media there and on upping their sneaker game, and it was hilarious.
Before we begin, so you guys are every practice, you guys review guys, and you guys really need to up your sneaker game. It's absolutely atrocious. I got some Vomeros, those are fire, and Grant wears Vans every single day. New Balances, they look like Vans. Yeah, those are Vans. It's okay, but you wear those every day, so I need you to switch those up. But I observe all your guys' shoes, and I am disappointed in you guys as a community. So if we could up those, please. It's year 8, guys. Let's figure this out together.
This out together, please.
You know what? The nerve of this freaking guy who has an apparel request like no other can get sneakers. You think we don't try to get sneakers, George Kittle? Give us some of your connects on getting sneakers.
That
I feel
part.
attacked with him talking about the Vans and the New Balances because the New Balances is fire. So I don't know what he's talking about.
Well,
and
I can't get down with New
always
Balance,
be a staple in California. So how dare you attack the number one type
while you're in Cali,
in the land? Like, what are we talking about, George? Like, leave the media alone. Get them some kicks because you can do that. And how dare you attack them? Like, I even personally, especially with the Vans thing, how dare you? This is California.
Well, about to slide in his DMs real quick. Like, I'm sorry, excuse me. No.
Listen, I need all these new sneakerhead wannabes that's trying to come out now thinking they fly to chill the hell out. If you really knew about that life on the sneakers, you would never attack Vans in a state of California. You know,
did you see?
That's like going to New York and attacking Timberlands. You can't do that. They will stop you.
My brother sent me, and I think it was valid, that Nike is coming out with a dunk that's a Monarch. There'll be a Monarch dunk.
What?
So the shoes that Pete Carroll always wears, Monarchs. They're making that look, but putting it on a dunk shape.
This has gotten out of control. It's not even cool anymore. I'm good. I'm sticking to the basics of what I know. I mean, like I told you, I've been stepped away because you can't even get access to some of these goofy ass sneakers. But the fact that he's going to attack reporters that can't even get in the sneaker room to get a kick, like what fly kick? If they're wearing on clouds, they still win.
He was probably trying to divert questions that he didn't want to answer either. So
basically, don't deflect on my shoes. You know good and damn well Vans is a staple in California. How dare you?
But not only injuries do we have, there's also already been enough scuffles and fights in the first 2 weeks at these joint practices. The Jets and Panthers had one today. Yeah. The Seahawks and Titans had it because, Jamal Adams is over there. And so is Quandre Diggs. They went to the Titans. They had one, I think, yesterday or today. The big one with the Giants and the Lions where there was a bunch of fines. It's getting crazy already.
I mean, we got shenanigans. We had our Pat Mahomes puppet thing. That was a debacle. I mean, it's just all of that. It's just getting goofy.
Yeah, you don't want that. We got to talk about the WNBA, though. WNBA, the 2025 All-Star Game for the first time will be played in Indianapolis. I wonder why.
You know why.
Indianapolis will host the WNBA All-Star Game next July, mid-July 2025. Of course, we know the impact that Caitlin Clark has had on the game. Or just for the Indiana Fever, look at those numbers. That's their stats within the first half of the season. Their jersey sales up over 1,000%. They've got draft beer sold over 740%. Just...
I mean, this is what we see with revenue of sold out games. And I mean, the season is completely sold out now. Yeah.
I mean, for what they were doing last year to this year, it's it's
the Caitlin Clark effect. Are we not surprised? And I'm definitely not surprised that's in Indianapolis. So that's
next year. Yeah.
Whatever puts us on the map. And she better participate in the skills competition if she's hosted that whole city.
Or the 3-point one.
I need to see her in all of that. So whatever she skipped this past one, she's got to show up for this one, and it's going to be ratings. It's going to be all of that, so that'll be dope.
She also spent some time on the break in the Bronx, meeting up with Aaron Judge, who we'll talk about in a second as well. But he gave her a pair of his Jordans.
Who cares?
He had 300 home runs. We
don't have to talk about that. We really don't.
Okay.
We can talk about Mookie
Why
Betts returning and having 3 home runs against the Brewers on his first debut night. We can talk about that. No, I'm kidding though. You know, I'm not in the Yankees. I saw the Aaron Judge, and I still like the post that he hit the 300 mark. He was on his way. It was bound
We'll get to baseball 1 second, but we also got the NBA 2K5 that's coming out in like less than a month. Of course, they dropped the teasers. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark in the game. Not bad.
Yeah,
not bad.
Yeah.
2K.
I have a WNBA 2K. It's uploaded. I'm ready.
Okay.
That's the one I played.
Arike showed up to her first game back from I'm sorry, not Arike. Callie Cooper came back for the first time first game after the Olympics. Showed up in her old jersey because they were playing Chicago and dropped 29 points on them.
So fat how you got the girls mixed up, but it's okay. Yeah, she did.
Yeah. And then Sabrina did a little turkey bronze medal shooting pose there after
talk about
the Liberty killed the Sparks today.
They did.
Wild.
But shout out to Sanaa Lathan being there, reprising her role.
Yes, she was.
Monica McCall from Love and Basketball. I made a little
playing for the Sparks.
The Sparks. Such a great look,
A very good look.
Yeah.
A very good look.
Even though they got mollywops. So are we going to talk about this Erica Hamby thing? Because we have not talked about this. If we're on WNBA, are we going to talk about
it? Yeah, let's talk about it. I mean, so my thing is that
to do so.
But my thing is, wasn't it investigated by the WNBA, which is why we lost 2 first-round draft picks, why Becky was suspended for 2 games? Like, wasn't this investigated and then closed?
Well,
so now Dearica is going against
just the WNBA. Now she's going federal, which would be government, right?
Sure, right.
So she's trying to now. I don't know what she wants to get out of this, but
that's what I'm wondering.
Something where laws and books are changing. Like I don't understand, because yes, they did get all the consequences and the penalties to the WNBA situation, but now she's going federal with it. So.
Well, that's why I thought like she was doing it to make the point and to get, but now I'm not. Now I'm just like, okay, I guess we'll wait to see what happens in court.
Yeah,
I don't like.
Maybe the compensation wasn't enough.
Is there some pay that you're needing now, or
I don't know?
Someone had mentioned in comments that she just wanted another. I don't know. There was some championship time. I'm like, no one's guaranteed a spot on the team. So yes, what Becky has alleged to have said in those text messages with her was not appropriate. It was not very woman empowerment.
Well, if the team was isolating her and instructing not to speak with her,
absolutely,
that's pretty bad too. And maybe it's a thing where we're looking at when we get into state legislation and things like that of professional athletes and women and their pregnancies, and how there is a penalty, a stiffer penalty, a crime, almost criminal, to penalize someone on their job if they're pregnant and do all those things of workplace bullying and harassment. I mean, I can see all of that falling into the federal lawsuit of what she's trying to do. I mean,
I'm sure something may change.
I don't know what she wants.
Yeah, I don't know what she wants either, but I know that this could also put changes for their CBA that gets redone too.
Right, absolutely.
I'm sure this there could be people right now wanting to have kids and thinking, oh wait, maybe I could be finding myself
exactly
in a
right.
situation.
And that's a huge thing. And think of Skylar Diggins as well, because that was another situation with her as well. I guess she felt some type of way with stuff. So we'll see. I
was surprised to see that it was going forward more, because I felt like we had closed that book.
Had not stopped it, because we definitely seemed to be on pause after everybody got their penalties from the league.
Right.
But yeah, she's still staying on their neck. So something else must be there that we didn't see, that we don't know. And if the truth comes to light, then we will talk about that too. But I am
we will talk about it then.
I can't be mad at her if that's what she feels she's got to do. I mean, listen.
You can't help that. You can't help that.
Right.
What's up to Goose and CDL Cigar Club? Go give them a subscribe and follow as well.
It's blowing up.
Yeah, good deal. And speaking
of
his teams,
to invite him, but
the Speedway Classic. There's going to be a baseball game on a NASCAR Speedway in Bristol next year. That's going to be pretty intense. That's going to be, I think, next August 2nd. I think it is. You'll have this game in Tennessee. It's going to be hot. August in Tennessee. That sounds sticky.
Hot ain't the word. Sweltering, melting is the word. Like, I don't know.
It's gonna be,
but it's gonna be quite the
sweaty.
scene, and it's gotta be a night game. I don't see this being some daytime thing, but if it's a daytime thing, I don't know who's gonna make it.
I don't know. Well, Ho said he's going. Ho, you hopefully you're wearing a tank top and got ice packs around your neck, have a portable fan, something, because that just sounds muy uncomfortable.
Koozie, I mean, you need it all. If you can wear like a whole little wetsuit underneath that has water squirt, that's something just to cool you down. That humidity is
right. The NBA released their cup schedule. The cup is coming out. The first night is going to be the November 12th. It's going to go through December 3rd. First night, Klay Thompson returns to the Warriors, taking on with the Mavs. LeBron versus Wemby is the 15th. There's a bunch of great matchups. Some of those highlighted here as well too. Or this is just the games for the season. But the NBA Emirates Cup returns to Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena December 14th and 17th for the semifinals and championship. That was sold out, I think, this last year. It was a great look for T-Mobile. There was a lot of fans in the house, so keep an eye out for that one. Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Before we leave, of course, we got some girl power. I did want just to see, because it is almost fantasy football time. Drafts are coming up. I actually need to reach out to the girls group because we haven't said anything yet. But shout out to Mina Kimes for this amazing thing. There was a woman who had tweeted, question for women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, etc. What are women in their 20s not considering that they should be considering? Mina Kimes chimes in, even if you love him, you see he's amazing, he seems like the total package on paper, don't draft a quarterback until the 4th round.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't need to get no quarterback off the first one. You don't need to get one off the first.
Because there's always someone trying to grab a quarterback.
You need to get your wide receiver on and your freaking running back.
Running backs.
Get your running back. Yep.
We got to give some girl power to Ellie. Ellie's out there living her life with
come to Vegas on the away games. I really do. Like, that's the thing. I need a face
living her best life. Ellie's gigging. So her and Sierra kick back. We also give a shout out to Dawn Staley, who very well lived her best life at the Olympics. Rubbing shoulders with everybody. Meet everybody, Tom Brady, Flava, everybody's
she had
up
her
in
very
there.
own Michael Rubin Olympic style. She had it all, and it was dope to see her.
So good. And then, we also need to give one last shout out to Amaine Keefe. This is the Algerian woman who was under the big controversy of gender, and she won the gold in her welterweight division. So shout out to her. Taking home the gold after all that. So
and filing a lawsuit on all of them.
And she needs to. Hello.
Absolutely. 1000%.
We did Chris said he's won 2 of his leagues 2 years ago when he drafted Mahomes in the first. There may be one exception.
That's a one-off when you get him. That is the one.
That might be, but that depends on your position too. Because if you're picking first and you pick Mahomes, you gotta wait for 24 more picks.
Absolutely.
That ain't it.
Yeah.
So if you were the back end,
I get that because I did that once, but I made a big mistake picking Mahomes, and that was when Mahomes was hot. So you can't do that as your first pick. You definitely want to go off the running backs or the wide receivers, or all that quarterback kickers. They all kind of come towards the last end.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, that's it for the show today, guys. We appreciate you. We'll check back with you maybe next week, maybe next month. Who knows? We'll see, Mo. Huh?
No, you'll definitely be back next week. Chris, Goose, Juan, Jonathan, Ho, anybody that wants to fill in and be a guest for Mo.
But I'm saying, if you need a break, Mo just let me know if this is it.
No. If you just a break. And Mel can definitely give you guys and we would like to see the change up. I don't mind it. You guys could definitely be me in my universe. I always will tap in, and we appreciate your support. But anytime you guys want to come on and be our guest with both of us, or be a guest for either one of us, shout us out. You totally can.
All right. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch you on the next week on the next show. See ya.
Yes. We out.